Hello, everybody, and welcome to the BMB Game of the Week. We got covered some back-to-back game. Today we got a very, very special presentation of the New York Jets Girls Flag Football League. We've got the Bellmore-Merrick Central High School District Chargers going up against the Chiefs of Massapequa High School. Hello, everybody. I'm Matt Maddow alongside Tyler Steinberg. We may or may not see the special cameo from Sean McQuillan later on in the broadcast. Today we got a good one as the Chiefs and the Chargers go head to head. So Tyler, what do you think we're going to see today?
I think
and Calhoun combined into one force, and the force they are undefeated in 5-0 in the Section 8 conference of the Jets Flag Football League. This league spans all of New York, all of New Jersey, with leagues all across both states, with the possibility of a championship being played in MetLife Stadium. Now, Bellmore-Merrick has already clinched a playoff berth, and if they are able to defeat the other three top Section 8 teams, they will move on and play the champion of Section 6, and then they will end up moving on to a tournament at MetLife Stadium. The Long Island champion. And as we get set for kickoff, we gotta let you see. Or there are no kickoffs, and that leads me into the rules of the game. We're playing an 80-yard field instead of typically 100. You'll look and you'll see there's a 40-yard cone at the 50-yard line. You'll see 20s on the 30-yard line. You'll see a G on the 10. The goal lines are the 10-yard lines on the football field, and we'll be referring to yard mark as we could say from your own 20 over midfield to the 35-yard line. You're not set up at the first and 20. You're set up at the first and 15 and need to make it to the other team's 20. That's how down and distance works. We're playing 24-minute halves, and it looks like the Chiefs will get the ball to start the game.
As we get ready here for the first play in flag football history here at BMB.
Tyler Marisi has a run to start the game. She's your quarterback, and Sophia Laspina, Mepham tackle football phenom, the first female to score a touchdown online. We'll be hearing her name called plenty of times. But that was for Massapequa. That was Samantha Nolan carrying the ball. You see her sister Lily Nolan a couple of times carrying the ball as well. We talked to Massapequa before the coach talked to Coach Bruce Sternger, and they said they want to establish the run game early and often. And I always like to say that'll open up play actions. You very easily could see them chucking it down the field after a couple of consecutive runs.
Yeah, the run game is kind of where everything starts. Once you get that run game established, all of a sudden you got to start sending some more people down at the line, and that could open up things from the pass.
This is going to be a QB keeper, and Mepham is able to make a play. Going to be unable to get Marisi loose.
Definitely a good job there, just waiting for that move by the quarterback. Makes that first step, you're able to grab the flag, and really an amazing job there so far for this Bellmore-Merrick defense.
That looked to be Gianna Calderon, the freshman, who made that tackle, if I'm not mistaken. Or no, excuse me, that's Adriana Yema, the Mepham senior, who made that play, containing it. You'll see Sophia Laspina patrolling in the Calhoun junior, who made the play. This is Madeline Lyon punting for Massapequa. Returning this looks like to be Gabrielle Hanlon. Hanlon runs right, cuts inside, and her flag's going to be pulled at midfield, setting up a 1st and 20 at midfield for the Chargers.
One thing we should note with these punts here is today it's a very nice weather for football. It is a tad bit windy, so it's going to be very interesting to see how that affects maybe the punts and maybe some of these throws from the quarterbacks.
Winds blowing, at least from our tower cam and from our vantage point up here in the press box, from the right to the left. So right now Laspina is going to be throwing with the wind at her back. She's going to be set up with not Luciana Seta Ducate as her running back, which is a little unusual not starting the game. Laspina's going to throw it, and Hanlon can't hold on. Laspina, a little ill-advised throw into double coverage. Two Chiefs were there.
Laspina there trying to make a quick decision, trying to find that receiver right to left of her, and just not being able to capitalize.
And now in comes Luciana Seta Ducate for the Chargers. threat anytime she touches the ball. And this is a very similar play design. This is Emma, and her flag is going to be pulled at around the 40-yard line.
Solid play there from Mepham. The first play didn't work out with the quick decision. The second time, Laspina looks to the left, finds the game.
So once again, it's 4th down and 5.
As we take a look at the replay again, a nice little move to the right, a little quick little cut to the right, but able to pull the flag.
And a quick snap, 4th down. Emma, she's gone. Touchdown, Chargers. Adriana Emma scores the first flag football touchdown live on BMB.
Yeah, I mean, an amazing play, frankly. You had Laspina, quick little rollout, finds a wide open receiver, and just like that, Bellmore-Merrick gets the perfect start that they needed.
It was Mepham to Mepham, Laspina to Emma. Incredible play design there. Quick snap, out route, or an out and up route, and Emma was wide open behind the defense.
Bellmore-Merrick really capitalizing on these quick passes so far.
Exactly right. And now conversions work a little differently. Bellmore-Merrick's attempting a 1-point conversion from the 3-yard line. This is going to be an RPO, and that is wide open. Gabby Hanlon, that's 1.
Again, really the Chiefs have done a good job stepping off on some of these run plays, but as soon as Bellmore-Merrick tries to go with some of these quick pass plays, get the ball out of Laspina's hand fast, frankly, these Chiefs have not had any response to that.
They've had such incredible play design these Bellmore-Merrick Chargers have had, and that's just that can be attributed to the intelligence of these Chargers, but also the head coach of this team is Anthony Krakow, the head football coach, Coach Laspina, and a lot of the assistant coaches. If you go back to our coverage of football, Krakow is putting his star players here, there, everywhere, asking them to do some things that they weren't. And Massapequa, you have to expect they have to go to the run. But running inside or running it at all is a risky play call, especially because Bellmore-Merrick's essentially expecting it with some of these throws.
Yeah, I mean, you said it yourself. Massapequa at the gate, they talked about, again, how they have to establish a run game. And so far, they haven't really had too much success on offense.
This is going to be Marisi keeping it, and her flag's going to be pulled at the line of scrimmage by Madeline Ryan. So it's been Ryan and it's been Hanela and Calhoun making their impact felt on this Charger roster. It's been the duo of Colts and the duo of Pirates has melded. And she's going to be down well before the line of game, looking to set up a 4th down and 10.
Nice spin move there, quick on her feet, be able to get around the defender and pick up a few extra yards.
Talia Marisi, she's actually not their first-string quarterback. Leah Howard went down with injury, and we'll see her running off the field as Massapequa is once again poised to punt. So no punt rush, as is standard. And here's Hanlon again. A spin move and a little too short of a cut as Hanlon is down at the 35-yard line.
As we see again, Bellmore-Merrick, yeah, I mean, that was a very solid catch there by Maroof. Had to do a quick spinning action and trying to catch that ball before it hits the ground. Good catch there.
And that'll set up another 1st down. The ball on the 39-yard line of Massapequa. So this will be 1st and 19, and that's how these plays work. Now they're in the 3rd zone of the field as Laspina throws short, and that's dropped. Haley Stork, the Mepham soccer goalkeeper, she was live on BMB. If you remember Mepham soccer versus Wantagh, Stork had a masterclass of goalkeeping, and now she's trying to show what she can do on let's just say the other football field, if you know what I'm saying. Football and football, you know what I'm saying. And Laspina winds up, goes deep behind the defense, and almost running away from everyone was Olivia Brill.
Absolutely unbelievable play there. Laspina takes the drops back, finds the wide open Olivia Brill, and just like that, this Bellmore-Merrick team is absolutely dominating out the gate.
Massapequa trying to play a one-high sort of look, and they got burned as they had 2 vertical routes on either side, and you can't have one safety there.
Yeah, that was an amazing play call as we saw, just quick step back. And, so far these Chiefs team, we got to see what adjustments they have to make, because everything that they've done so far, both offensively and defensively, really has not worked out.
Yep, exactly. and that's going to be evident as Bruce Stenger, the head coach of Massapequa, was taking a timeout. But let's see, what do you think these Mepham Pirates, the assistant coaches, these football players have been helping their girls? What do you think they're going to be talking about in the huddle for Bellmore-Merrick?
Yeah, frankly, just keep doing what you're doing. You know, you're up 14-0. You've had an absolutely unbelievable start to this first half. They've been absolutely dominating with these quick passes, and as soon as these Chiefs team, they run a one safety high and they start stepping up a little bit, they burned them right over the top with Olivia Brill. So, you know, on offense, they've done an amazing job, and then defense, I mean, the Chiefs have had absolutely nothing. They had a few nice spin moves, but really that's it, and every time this Bellmore-Merrick team has had phenomenal field position. So just keep doing what you're doing and keep your foot on the gas.
You can see that Massapequa's got great athletes, but they're not really accustomed to the game of football just yet, as this is still a relatively new concept. Section 8 is still relatively new to the Jets Flag Football League. And so this is Bellmore-Merrick's first time doing this, and they're dominating. They're undefeated first in the Section 8 conference. So this is just a testament to the coach. That's a testament to the work ethic of these girls and the coaching of the Mepham students here. An all-around team effort to get Bellmore-Merrick to where they are, and short pass to Brill, trying to set up a screen, couldn't work.
Yeah, you know, just trying to find the quick receiver out there to the right, a simple drop. But overall, again, I mean, this Bellmore-Merrick team has had their way really in this first half so far.
That's exactly right. Bellmore-Merrick showing their prowess as a district. These district teams always dominate. You see the swim team, the bowling team, and now flag football joining an ever-growing list. That we have our first penalty of the game. We have a false start on Bellmore-Merrick, moving them back. It's still second and goal.
Yeah, getting a little antsy there with that flag call on the false start. But again, I mean, you know, that was one of the first real mistakes that we've seen Bellmore-Merrick make. So far they're doing amazing really in this first half.
That's exactly right. It's going to be second and goal, or technically second and 10. So here's Laspina, takes a snap, and Brill's behind the defense again. Beautiful throw by Laspina for a touchdown.
Yeah, absolutely unbelievable play. You know, again, really just the same play as we saw the other deep touchdown thrown on. So this Bellmore-Merrick team has done a good job utilizing these quick passes, and the Chiefs, as soon as they try to step up, they think they have this Bellmore-Merrick offense, you know, kind of all played out, and all of a sudden, just like that, that's two deep passes for touchdowns for Laspina and two touchdown catches, for Olivia Brill.
Olivia Brill, what a catch, what a throw by Sophia Laspina, just over the hands of the Massapequa defender. Couldn't catch the number of who it was, but you see again the formation. Look at the near side of your screen. Adriana Yema pretty much uncovered. She is an out route. She'll be free again. Wouldn't shock to see the same play. No, a shovel pass set to Ducate, a spin move. Waiting on the signal. They're in. It's going to be another one, bringing it to 21. That fast.
Yeah, this Bellmore-Merrick team has had their way. Everything that they've wanted to do has worked, so it's going to be very interesting to see some of these adjustments that this Chiefs team makes.
And already we have a change of quarterback, or this could be a Wildcat play. But Lila D'Agostino, the wide receiver, taking the handoff on first and 20, or taking a direct snap on first and 20. You see how elusive she is. She's one of their best playmakers, one of the best receivers on all of Long Island. So at this point, Coach Stenger is just basically saying, get the hands on our playmakers, any means necessary.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at it for stopping the run.
They're so fast, so athletic, so elusive, this Bellmore-Merrick team, as we take a look at the replay, trying to go out of the A-gap, and Ryan was right there. So go back now to the air, and this one's a wobbly pass, bouncing about 5 yards away from the nearest defender and also 10 yards away from the nearest receiver. So nothing really has been clicking for the Chiefs, and that'll bring up 4th down and 20.
Yeah, this Chiefs team realizing that their run game, that's exactly what their goal was, establish a run game early on, and they haven't been able to do that. Trying to switch something up, really, find something in the air, and they haven't been able to do that.
Looks like they're going for it on 4th down. I mean, why not? You got nothing to lose. To pass. They're throwing it deep. And it was dropped. Marisi missed her intended receiver of Shaylin Brennan. And that was Olivia Brill and Gabby Hanlon. And you could see the camaraderie. That was, Hanlon, as we said, from Calhoun, Brill from Mepham. These girls go to different schools, a town away from each other, and you can see how good of friends they've been. The chemistry of this team has been, once again, another reason why this Bellmore-Merrick team is flourishing, and you can see Coach Krakow loving what he sees out of his team.
Yeah, you know, as much as it's important to have on the field success, it's also very important to have a team that frankly likes each other. It's as simple as that.
And this is a trick play out of Philly special, and you can see Coach Krakow almost. They had Emma throwing to Laspina, who looked to catch a touchdown like a couple of months back, where as we've been to, we'll tell you once, we'll tell you again how many times. We'll tell you plenty of times that this has happened. Sophia Laspina, of course, first female to catch a touchdown on all of Long Island. And that play was beautifully designed. You saw on the first conversion attempt for Bellmore-Merrick, you saw that was the play they used. We'll go back. We'll see if they go back to it. The play that Laspina scored on as a touchdown catch from Peter Mayo. It was Emma who caught the conversion. We have another one. And this one's picked. It's intercepted by Massapequa.
So right there, Laspina trying to find that receiver out there to the left and just not being able to make that throw, put not as much gas on it as usual, and just like that. Now the Chiefs starting to build a little bit of momentum.
Exactly. Dominique Diorio, a much-needed turnover. A wildcat play. Laspina, a little easy to pick out because of her bright pink gloves, on the only one in the field. So, not really. Piqua wasn't really fooled by that one, I don't think.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what this Massapequa team needs. Nothing has went their way, so all of a sudden you get a pick. Let's see if this Chiefs team is able to build off that.
So now, I would assume they go to the air here. Exactly, an empty backfield. Two receivers right. There's going to be a designed QB draw. Marisi, first down and more. Talia Marisi.
An amazing run there as, you find that right side of the field wide open, made a few cuts, and just like that, that's the first big play on the offensive side of the ball for this Chiefs team.
And they needed that big time. So Marisi looking to throw into the very last moment, so she tucked it and was in full stride, and that's a timeout. Bellmore-Merrick. They're just going to try and quash out all this momentum that Piqua's been gaining up before it can even start. And Talia Marisi, she's the backup quarterback for this Massapequa team, as we see Leah Howard in that Long Island champion shirt, that long sleeve shirt. She got injured early on in this season, out for the rest of the season, and as you can see, a little bit of a learning curve for Marisi, switching positions and learning and stepping in to play QB, but she is so far starting to find her way as QB of this Massapequa Chiefs team.
Yeah, exactly, and Marisi, one of those players that, it started off a little rough, did not have the best start to this game, but now we're starting to see, once that interception was made for the Chiefs, they're starting to build off it and now starting to play with a little bit more energy. So that's exactly what you need if you're a Chiefs fan.
That's exactly right. Chiefs versus Chargers today, and the Chargers have had all of the momentum, everything going right. That's a little, as NFL fans ourselves, that's something we're a little foreign to,
Yeah, the Chiefs have been so dominant, the Kansas City Chiefs, that is, for a few years now, and you're starting to get accustomed to it. So, definitely a little change in pace here for an NFL fan.
Those AFC West games are going to be absurd this year. Every single one must-see TV, Tyler.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be a few primetime games with them.
A few? How about every divisional game, please? I'd like to watch them all.
I could agree with you there.
And as we go back to flag football, Marisi still taking the snap, but D'Agostino in motion, and this is a reverse. It's going to be Diorio. Massapequa's got something going here.
Nice quick play there for the Chiefs again. Now they're starting to finally get that run game going. We saw Marisi in the earlier play with that huge run, and now all of a sudden starting to gain a little bit of momentum.
Yep. Dominique Diorio, good run to bring up 2nd and 6 for Massapequa. Massapequa, a little bit of more condensed formation here. Looks like it's going to be a pass or not. Maurice's taking off and running. Looks like he's got a first down, a juke, and his flag's going to be pulled right at the line to gain by Sophie Ulrich of Calhoun.
Yeah, we see multiple times so far in this game, Maurice has tried using her legs to get us some jams. The receivers haven't been too open, and also when they've tried throwing the ball, it hasn't worked too well. She makes that quick cut to the right, tries to cut back to the left, is able to get it, but then her flag was pulled. So at least you get a few yards there, and now you bring them the first down.
That is a first down, 1st and 20 for Massapequa. We're just over halfway through in the first half. We played 2 24-minute halves, and we've got 12 to play. Maurice still in the shotgun, no under center so far. He's going to look to throw deep. Ducks and looks to run. He's going to tuck in and run. Still going, angling to the pylon. And it looks like it'll be a touchdown.
Just like that. It was very close as we saw in the replay, but now you look at it, this is a must-score drive here for the Chiefs.
Exactly. It's going to be another QB draw. And now Bellmore-Merrick's accustomed to it. As Gabby Hanlon's right there. Brings up 3rd down and 10 for Talia Maurice.
Yeah, this Chiefs team starting to pick up the pace a little bit, exactly what they need. We've seen this Chargers team. They've done a lot of quick passes with Spina, a lot of jet sweeps, quick handoffs. It's exactly what's been working for this Chargers team, and now all of a sudden the Chiefs are starting to copy that a little bit. Some quick little runs, as we've seen by Maurice, and a few handoffs.
It's just a repetition of the 3 plays that worked best. It's almost like you're playing a game of Madden, Tyler. I know I am like that. I am terrible to play against, and also terrible at the game. But this is a strategy. Just sticking to your 3 plays, your bread and butter plays. It works here, and we almost had another reverse, and this one's going to go to the air as it's going to be dropped. Maurice couldn't hit her intended receiver, Samantha Renda, first time calling her name today.
Yeah, right there trying to find the open receiver, but not being able to bring it in was Renda.
And Renda was one of the more elusive, one of the tallest girls on the field. Renda, or one of the more, especially compared to this Bellmore-Merrick team. Bellmore-Merrick's not exactly a tall team. They're very fast. They're a quick team, but they do not have height.
Yeah, but they've definitely done a good job using their speed, and speed is one of those things that when you lack height, you got to be able to use those playmakers that you have on the field and trying to generate something.
Now it's 4th down. We have a blitz. We have Maurice scrambling, running for her life. She needs to get into the end zone, but she cannot. Haley Stork from Mepham blew it up, and Gabby Hanlon was able to clean it up. Maurice is going to be well short, and that'll give Bellmore-Merrick a first down on their own 5-yard line.
Again, now we see this Chiefs team struggling at the goal line. They finally had a chance to drive down this field, and all of a sudden really have not been able to do too much at this goal line. A few drops and a few missed plays, not being able to get past the defender.
It's going to be 1st down and 15 for this Bellmore-Merrick team now.
Mano, if you're here at the goal line, you look at the situation, a must score opportunity here for the Chiefs. What's your first play you're calling?
Sending it deep. That's the play. That is the play call. I mean a huge stop for this Bellmore-Merrick team. Haley Stork. You see Haley Stork lined up on the outside. I could expect the ball going her way. Watch her in the slot. Possible screen. They're gonna go set it Ducate. She's a threat anytime she touches the ball. And that'll be a moderate gain of about 10, or at least moderate for this, because you need 20. This will be 2nd and 5.
Yeah, this Chargers team, again, with the quick decisions. I'm really loving this play calling so far, as, they're just making the quick plays, and this Chiefs team really has had no answer on defense.
Exactly. Basically telling the Chiefs to think fast and think right as she's going to be now in motion. They're going to fake and go deep. Rolls behind the defense again. She can't get there. Throw a little too high.
Like the mindset by this Bellmore-Merrick team. You look, that same play worked twice, so the fact you got to go. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's exactly what they do there. Finally, though, this Chiefs team figuring out some sort of answer for that play.
The play design from Coach Krakow has been, and the play design from Coach Krakow has been so creative compared to Massapequa's. And these plays have been working. They've been fooling the Chiefs. And now on 3rd and 5, just going to go quick pitch to Seta Ducate and a spin move, and she'll get a first down across the 20 to the 25-yard line, setting up a 1st and 15 now.
So far, again, the start of this Bellmore-Merrick drive has been very promising. A few quick plays, nice handoffs, and all of a sudden they're starting to build a little bit more momentum here as they get that first down.
And that's exactly right. As looks like, I'd assume based on this formation, Massapequa might be sending the house here, and that's exactly right. Quick rush, quick throw, this is handling, and a first down.
Chargers team, they're taking some shots and then they're going quick. They're mixing it up. They're having the mix of some run plays as soon as they think, as soon as the Chiefs think that they have some sort of read on this Chargers offense. All of a sudden they go deep over the top with Brill. There's some quick passes down low, so they're doing a good job mixing up these offensive play calling.
That's exactly right, Tyler. And now on 3rd down, Laspina getting chased, runs away from the rush, trying to improvise, and throws it. It's complete to Hanlon. Hanlon still going. Hanlon, flag still not pulled. Gabby Hanlon inside the 20-yard line to the 19 of Massapequa. They're going up against the Chiefs, but Sophia Laspina is looking like her own version of Patrick Mahomes right now.
Yeah, I mean, that was an amazing job to avoid the rush, roll out to that right, and quick enough to find a wide open Hanlon. So an amazing job there, and all of a sudden this Chargers team is on the verge of scoring again, making this game a 21-0.
Chargers showing up against the Chiefs. These Chiefs defenses kind of look like the NFL Kansas City Chiefs, as Hanlon is found and immediately her flag is pulled. It'll be second and 12 as this Bellmore-Merrick offense is essentially imposing their will on Massapequa.
A must-stop here for the Chiefs. You cannot afford to go down 21-0 against this extremely talented 5-0 Bellmore-Merrick Chargers team. You definitely didn't have the start you wanted. You weren't able to score on the goal line that one good drive. You got to find a way to stop.
And that one's dropped to fumble, and in this league, fumbles are an immediate loss of down. 3rd down where the ball drops. So it'll be now third and it looks to be 11.
So as we see now, Laspina talking to Seta Ducate, as this is one of those drives again. This Chiefs team cannot afford to go down 21-0. So it's going to be interesting to see how they play defense.
Quick pass, Seta Ducate, and this looks like to be a design audible by Laspina and Seta Ducate, flipping the play on their own, and it worked. Yeah,
it's that very important. One of the most important things is communication, and really just about any sport that you see. A nice talk between Laspina and Seta Ducate, and they were able to figure out what they have to change during the play, and it was good there. Got a few extra yards that, who knows what the play call was before.
That's exactly right, Tyler. Laspina and Seta Ducate have that connection. They've become basically the best of friends throughout this season, and those two working in perfect sync so far. Now it's 4th down and 5. We got ourselves a double pass. Laspina throwing and incomplete. Her intended receiver was Adriana Yema.
Laspina there taking a hit, a little knockdown, and wasn't able to find the receiver. But again, quick moves by Laspina so far. She's done an amazing job, not including the one pick. She's done a nice job, quick on her feet, staying ready, and as soon as she feels that she needs to, get out of the pocket, she's done it.
That was Stork blowing up the play immediately.
Yeah, the Chiefs team trying to find something as a quick handoff there to Renda, but Stork doing a good job stepping up.
I have to say, Haley Stork, she does play goalkeeper for the Mepham Pirates soccer team. Is she wearing her goalkeeper's gloves? I mean, those do not look like football gloves, right?
They definitely look a little big from here, but frankly, whatever works, works.
It works. It works. I mean, I guess there's no rule against it.
As long, I don't know how much helpful they are catching the football, but if it helps you pull flags, I don't see why not.
I mean, it could help you catch a soccer ball, so I could hope it would help you catch a football. Now it's 2nd down and 15. This one's possibly dropped, yeah. Or might have been a turnover here.
Looked to be a small miscommunication between.
Definitely. Jet sweep blown up.
So an interesting turn of events there is now.
Yeah, we have looks like the Sticks are at 1. We have a little bit of confusion, but Bellmore-Merrick's sideline was hype. We're trying to get.
I believe it's going to be a safety, actually.
A safety is what.
As you see here now, a 16-0 score, so they're going to get.
Yeah, it's going to be a
2 points.
safety. So that's what the confusion was about. Yeah, they got the punt team on. It's going to be a safety. And it took us a little while, the refs a little while to decipher whether or not it had been. And their minds are made up. 2 points for Bellmore-Merrick and the ball.
Yeah, that's just the worst possible thing there that could have happened for the Chiefs. They got to start building some momentum. They finally were able to get a few stops on the Chargers, but now, they finally had something going a few drives ago for the Chiefs, and then now all of a sudden
and there it goes down the drain, safety.
Yeah, I mean
that drive didn't look like it had much of anything. You're running on 1st and 15 inside your own 5. That's not exactly a winning formula from a flag football standpoint, a tackle football standpoint, even Pop Warner. There's not necessarily that is not necessarily the right call when you have a 1st and 15 and you drive the length of the field down 2 scores.
So Mano, if you're the Chiefs here, what adjustments you got?
Possibly everything, to be honest. I mean, I'm not trying to be too sort of derogatory, but like that is exactly. But nothing's gone right from them. The run game hasn't been established. They need to go. They've been working for Massapequa. I would expect to see on their next drive either possibly a quarterback change. I wouldn't be opposed to. We were talking to Coach Stenger before that. Quarterback change is in the cards as they're playing with the backup QB already. So shuffling QBs and a desperation move is in the cards, and you can see a couple of girls warming up on the sideline for Massapequa. And it's like Jessica Popwich is going to be entering as QB, but going back to La Spina, she dumps it off to Jamie Maru from JFK, and now before getting a first down, she scampers down inside the Massapequa side of the field. But getting back to Massapequa, it looks like it's going to be a quarterback change for the Chiefs. Jamie Maru on senior day, JFK. She's a senior from Kennedy, the only upperclassman from Kennedy on this team, and she's looking to make Kennedy's impact felt. And now back to game action. This one's to Brill. Her flag is pulled. It'll be a first down for the Chargers.
Love the Chargers' mindset here offensively. They're getting back to what worked perfectly.
Single Massapequa defender. And Seda Ducate weaving through, setting up a 1st and goal on the 15-yard line.
That's one thing that I really like about this Bellmore-Merrick team is we saw, almost having the mistake to pick to the linebacker very close to being, to happening and maybe giving the Chiefs a little bit more momentum, but they come back on the next play and get a good result.
Seda Ducate, another out route for her. That seems to be her route, Luciana Seda Ducate. Just getting her the ball quickly and letting her work in space, and that's what she does in the soccer field. As every time we talk about her all-time performance on the BMB Game of the Week, as looks like she almost caught a touchdown down short of the goal line.
The Chargers, again, doing a good job with the quick passes, but they're just a little bit short now on 3rd down.
One of the best pass-catching running backs I've seen, well, probably the best pass-catching running back of all of Long Island. Wearing that 28 reminds me of James White and the New England Patriots. That's one of them. And these girls are so good. They look as solid as the pros right about now. And just as I say that, reverse commentator jinx, it's a touchdown for Olivia Brill.
Yeah, I mean, Brill has done an amazing job.
Pico was able to get a stop.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't seen many of those really for the Chiefs. They've had a solid play here and there on the defensive side, having the pick and then having a few deflections and some nice flag pulls. But really, this Bellmore-Merrick team has just been dominating from the get-go. Really, they've done an amazing job on offense, mixing up the play calls. The Chiefs team hasn't really had an answer, and then defensively, the Chiefs have one solid drive, and that's been it.
Not too bad. That was a conversion for Massapequa where they get their only stop of the game. Bellmore-Merrick's been scoring at will. And now it's 2-minute drill time for Massapequa with 1:06 left in this game.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of those drives where, Massapequa has to score. Don't even look at the scoreboard at this point. Try to get one touchdown, bring it into halftime, and try to build something off from it.
The Bellmore-Merrick Chargers, coached by head football coach in Mepham Anthony Krakow, have been just asserting their dominance over all of Section 8 today. Their inaugural season in this league. It's been going around for a couple of years now. I'm pretty sure it started back in 2019-18, if I'm not mistaken. It's a couple of years old now, run by the New York Jets, who, if you're a Jets fan, I'm not. I do not like them. If you're a Jets fan, this is obviously, you can see the Jets obviously care about their community. As of course they not serve New York, being called obviously the New York Jets, but they play in New Jersey. They serve basically the entire tri-state area, and this is one of those things that the Jets are one of the most, in my eyes, one of the most charitable organizations in all of the NFL. And as you can see, all the flags of these girls have New York Jet logos. One of the reasons I would, all these, you see Jets are very involved hosting a championship in their own stadium. You can see Coach Krakow and these Chargers. And you know what, let's just break up the action. BMB, it's Applebee's. Our Applebee's breakfast is coming up very soon, 8 a.m. to 10:30 in the morning. You can come see me. You can come see Tyler. You can see all of your BMB stars and get some breakfast. $12. Go to any BMB member, and we'll get you a ticket as long as you have the money on you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very excited for this. And I can speak for everyone now that this is just an honor being able to serve all you fans out there, and just looking to have a good time, meet new people, and see familiar foes. And now we have another one here. It's morning announcements. We've already talked about this many times on morning announcements. Filmed every Thursday, posted on the YouTube channel every Friday. Morning announcements, one of the special things, man. Let's talk about it.
That's exactly right. I'm That's right, Tyler. I'm of course a staple on the morning announcements at this point. You'll see me tomorrow talking about this game, talking about all of the other things that we do here on BMB, and one of those is the midweek update. Every Wednesday on the BMB YouTube channel, we'll take you in and around the parts of the community that we don't only get to see. Join the incredible anchor team of Sammy Rooney, Pre-Bowl, and Maya Stone and Beth Chevaria as they bring you inside the parts of the community that you can't always see. Could see some of the stories that you might be coming up next week is you might see a return of a fan favorite teacher feature as one of Mr. Grosskites from Mepham is featured and possibly a sports report. Teacher feature will be coming up in the coming weeks, not next week though. Just had to do an interview for that package just today, so I thought it would be coming up.
I also feel like, midweek's one of those shows where it's one of the most underrated shows, if not the most underrated show on the channel.
Absolutely. People need to get on and watch that. Go back a couple years, you'll see a fan favorite segment, Man on the Street. I would love to have time to edit the one that I recently filmed at the Limmer Invitational. I need to get that edited. I want that to end up on Midweek Update. I need it to.
Yeah, but when you think about it, Midweek Update, one of those shows that the guys on the talents over there that they people they have on camera. It's really just amazing to see some of these future rising stars, some of these guys that you're going to see for many years to come, make a huge impact in this program. Sort of adjustments that this team makes, but just one score at a time, one play at a time, and just figure out what works and stick with it.
And if you're the Chargers, you might be seeing a new quarterback as the defense needed to adjust. Jessica Pop, which we saw warming up on the sidelines, but I would not take Talia Marisi out of the game. She's too dangerous of a runner to leave out of the game entirely. And Bellmore-Merrick is going to have their hands full if they have a whole new offensive. If Massapequa comes out with a whole new offensive scheme, but they're in the 22-0 lead. So it's not out of reach. We've seen crazier comebacks here on the BMB Game of the Week, and we've seen crazier comebacks elsewhere. I won't say which game I'm talking about, but if you know me well enough, you probably do know which game I'm talking about.
Yeah, sadly. I was very sad about that result, too.
Yeah, we know. You know what? If you know, you know. And as we get back into second half action, starting basically now, right, Tyler?
Yeah, we're getting ready here. It was definitely a very entertaining first half, and the first ever girls flag football game here hosted by BMB. So it was an amazing first half, and I'm excited for what the second half will bring.
That's exactly right, Tyler. I'm very excited for the second half. We could be in for an exciting conclusion, as looks like Bellmore-Merrick will get the ball to start the second half. We'll see who comes at. A lot of interesting storylines. We'll see if Mepham will keep their foot on the gas or try and run clock. We'll see if Massapequa decide.
Really left into the game. You got to find a way to attack this the Bellmore-Merrick team through the air.
And a quick sweep to Zeta Ducate. Zeta Ducate still going. Now she's still going. Bouncing off everybody. How many Chiefs does it take to take down Luciana Zeta Ducate?
Yeah, I mean, when you have a team full of athletes and, especially as skilled as this Bellmore-Merrick team is, I'm not shocked that they're as good as they are with this 5-0 record. Take a look at the replay. Zeta Ducate showing that elite speed that she has, that soccer speed in a sense, and, makes a few people miss, and just like that, this Pirates team has good field position.
Now on first down, quick throw to the outside by Sofia Laspina, and a slide by Haley Stork.
Interesting approach there, but
yeah,
again,
fake slide a la Kenny Pickett. That was an incredible move. We'll see where she was down. Looks like we'll rule that she gave herself up there at the fake slide, and they're going to call it a real one. So now it'll be
making there.
Throwing off her back foot, no less. What a great throw, great awareness by Sofia Laspina. And Luciana Zeta Ducate is having a performance today that is very similar to her soccer game that we broadcast versus Wantagh. And now on third down, they get that one to Jamie Maru from JFK. So now it'll bring up fourth down, fourth and goal from, looks like the 5-yard line. So it'll be 4th and 5.
Be shocked to see this Pirates team, or this Bellmore-Merrick team, get away from those quick passes. It's really worked, all day, and I'd be shocked to see if they get away from that.
Fourth down, they go inside, and it's dropped.
Yeah, they had a nice chance with, Haley Stork on the drop, but love Richards, though. Mr. Richards, a phenomenal coach, and, a guy that's helped me grow not only as a player on the court with volleyball, but also just, as a man.
So good news for you. He was right the first time. It's going to be first down Massapequa and a turnover on downs. And we do have a quarterback change. And on that quarterback change, the first play results in an interception. That was Jessica Popwich who threw that one right in the air, and taken away already was Gabby Hanlon, who's right under that, feeling that as if it was a punt.
Yeah, I mean, this Chiefs team, this is the worst possible start that you could ask for your Chiefs on the offensive side of the ball. They had to kind of go really, guns blazing in this second half. They got to start, just find what works, and really they have nothing going in the air so far.
It was the right call to start that half throwing, but Hanlon was there, and the pressure by Stork forced the interception. We almost had back-to-back picks. Massapequa had a great chance there. It was Mariah Marisi who made the play.
As we see, almost back-to-back picks, as you said, and it's going to be interesting. I think now we're going to start seeing maybe some, quick passes and just start running the clock for the Chargers.
And Zeta Ducate isn't on the field. This one's a deep ball, caught by Stork. It'll be a touchdown.
Amazing play, multiple deep shots, and the Chiefs have had no answer for it.
Now here's Laspina going for one, pressured, and that's going to be easy conversion. It's going to be Gabby Hanlon.
Hanlon has had an amazing day so far. She's made a huge impact in that short passing game that these Chargers run, and one of those players that the Chiefs have had no answer for.
That's exactly right, Tyler. Those out routes have been deadly. The verticals have been deadly, especially when Massapequa comes out one high. I think that one they were more 3 high on the touchdown by Stork. They were more than a 3-high look, and Massapequa was just burned, just split the safeties, and neither of them knew if Stork was their responsibility. So neither of them took Stork, and she was wide open behind the defense, and Sophia Laspina, you know she's not going to miss that pass.
Yeah, I mean, Laspina, again, it's such a talented athlete, and we can't talk about how much of an impact that she's had on this Chargers team enough, and she is done an amazing job at quarterback throughout the season, and it's a huge reason why this Chargers team is as good as they are.
So now Massapequa, possibly another quarterback change. They're going to go back to Marisi. She's going to make a move, and a quick flag pull, a tackle for loss by Bellmore-Merrick. It's Maddie Ryan from Calhoun.
So this Chiefs team just got it. They have to start going. It's really now or never. This is a must-score drive. You cannot give the ball back to Laspina and this Chargers team and let them score again. Or, you know, we might be looking at a game that's starting to get out of reach.
Exactly right. Bellmore-Merrick won their last game, 44. A little bit of traffic. Couldn't see who that was. We'll see who it ended up being. Looked like Shaylin Brennan, her first touch of the game. Couldn't make use of it.
Yeah,
but as we were saying, this is the way that Bellmore-Merrick recruited players. They let anybody come and play for the team, but not everybody dressed for the games. They might have to start making cuts if they end up making it all the way to MetLife.
Yeah, you know, this team has a ton of players that can go out there and make a good play. That's exactly why they're 5-0. They have crazy depth and just a ton of athletes.
That'll be great field position once more as the punt is going to let go, drop at the 39-yard line, and that's where Bellmore-Merrick will get the ball.
Yeah, I mean, you know, during this game, we've seen exactly why this Bellmore-Merrick team is 5-0. They've been dominant on both sides of the ball and have owned just about everything. They lead in time of possession, they lead in total yards, and it's been
basically
a huge
every meaningful stat category.
Every single category that you can think of. They've showed exactly how dominant this team is and the aspirations that they have.
And this is their Bellmore-Merrick still has 3 more regular season games to go before playoffs start. And we'll talk more about playoffs later on in this game, but we still got 18 more minutes of football to play. So here's Laspina throwing to the outside. It's going to be caught. It's going to be Hanlon. And Hanlon's going to scamper down to the 20. Excuse me. It looks like that is the 30-yard line. Almost got inside the 30. Could not.
Hanlon does such a nice job taking that quick out route. That's been open all day. That's been the key to success. Her out routes and then her quick curls, and this Chiefs team has just not been able to stop it.
That's been exactly right, Tyler. These out routes have been. Looks like we had a false start there. That one was about as clear as day. Adriana Yama jumped the gun a little bit. Main reasons why Mepham and why the rest of the district followed suit in joining this league. So Laspina has been a huge impact, inspired a lot of people, me included, been an inspiration to this entire district, really lifted the Pirates football program, and her inspiration just lifted the team to one of the best seasons in the past couple of years. Coming off a rough season, the tackle football team was rough season last year in the pandemic rules. This year got back to the Big Four, got back to play at Hofstra, but ended up beating themselves against MacArthur.
Yeah, it was definitely a frustrating loss for the men's football team, but you know, they're using that as inspiration. If you go down to the gym here at Mepham, you see pictures all across the wall of that scoreboard, and they're going to use it as momentum coming up into this next season.
I'm in the weight room a lot as part of my track workout program as Laspina throws over the middle, and that one's tipped and almost picked. It'll bring up 4th down, and we'll see if Bellmore-Merrick opts to punt or if they opt to go for it. I mean, it's 29-0. They're up multiple scores, but yeah, they're going to send Seta Ducate out to punt because what can she do, right? What can't she do?
Yeah, I mean, if you're the Chiefs right now, you know, obviously the score is not going their way, coming up close into 15 minutes now left in this game. What are some changes you think you got to make on offense? What do you think the go-to play should be in this upcoming drive?
Well, to me, the go-to play, you just got to hope for a big one at this point. I mean, at this point, not much of it. They've tried the run, it didn't really work. They've tried the pass, they've thrown 2 interceptions. Not much has been working for Massapequa, and that's just because Bellmore-Merrick is that good of a team. But Massapequa, they haven't really done anything inside. It's risky. It might not get them a lot of yards, but if you were able to get a big run up the middle, they're gone. And this is going to be a long throw, incomplete. We have another quarterback change for Massapequa. They put back in Popwich, and that one was too far for, it looks like, Layla DiCasino.
And I think one thing really for this Chargers team that makes them as good as they are is the amazing coaching staff.
A lot of these players first time being broadcast by BMB, as pretty much half the team is made up of girls not from Mepham. We have looks like to be our first sack of the day, or as we saw, the blitz by Haley Stork. But as I was saying, a lot of these girls first time seeing our cameras. So a couple of these girls get off. She's down at the 35-yard line.
So I think now if you're the Chargers, you just got to start running clock and really start to bring this game down. Is the solid return there by Madeline Ryan.
Exactly right, Madeline Ryan from Calhoun is one of those players. She's finds a way to be one of the leaders of the team, even though she's only a junior. Doesn't exactly have all of the doesn't exactly get. Isn't one of those every play back says she has to serve back. We said it Ducati, but Maddie Ryan is showing her prowess as a running back today.
Yeah.
As a returner too.
Yeah, no, I mean that's another big reason why this Chargers team is as good as they are. There's as many players, all the players that they have find a way to contribute in a big way.
Tyler, you see right now, Sophia Laspina still as in this game as she can. Looking to go a little deep and see able to get a 15-yard pass. That's going to be still going. Before they were really playing any games on the midweek update, and this was one of their drills that when we were there filming their practices just to get footage for our stories, they were running out routes. That was like one of their main drills, practicing these routes with cuts. So Laspina now on first down. Gets it to handling, and it'll be about a 10-yard gain. So Bellmore-Merrick still moving the ball with efficiency so far.
Yeah, this Bellmore-Merrick team has just done an amazing job making quick decisions. That's a huge reason these linebackers haven't really had any chance really at some of these plays for the Chiefs.
That's exactly right. Now on first down, it'll be a deep throw and a touchdown. Looks like that's the Emma's second of the day. Game's pretty much out of reach. I would have expected them to maybe try and try and go for maybe 2. Try and practice those plays a little bit later into the season, into the playoffs when you're going to need to go for 2. But that's another stop for Massapequa on the handoffs. So they're 0 for 2 when handing the ball off on these conversions. Bellmore-Merrick is, and you can see the replay. This is just one of those things where it was a good play design, but Massapequa just had too many girls over to that right side of the field, and it wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah, this Chiefs team, and just kind of figure out something. They haven't had much going for them today, so it's just figure out what works and look to make as much improvements and adjustments as they can.
It's exactly right. Now gonna go back to Mauricia, and Massapequa's breaking off another big one. Down 35-0, but they're still seeing what they can get out of all these players, seeing if they can fight to the end, maybe make a comeback. And onside, there are onside kicks in this. Pretty sure it's a fourth and 12 from your own side of the field, so it's risky. Yeah, so it could be onsides are possibilities. But Massapequa could get themselves in this game, but it'll take a long shot. Like, they need a lot to go right for that.
Yeah, they're going to need a miracle, frankly. And you know, I mean, there's really no risk at this point. You got nothing to lose down 35-0. Just figure out what works, and maybe you're able to mount the comeback coming into the final 9 minutes.
Another throw, middle of the field, and now Massapequa's getting something going. This one's going to be another huge gain, the first down for Massapequa. It's going to be Erin Stanley. Who's going to be breaking up from her position at center right after she delivered the snap, just sneaked inside to the middle of the field, broke free.
Yeah, Stanley with the nice catch and then showing off the speed, getting past that first set of linebackers.
Exactly right, Tyler. And down the field today, Marisi could not get anything on Sophia Laspina. She was coming down all the way from her spot at middle linebacker, doing what her teammate Dom Novello does. Some talent of their own, but their stars have not been shining today, down 35-0, and that's another one. They couldn't establish the run. That was the first thing. That was their first problem today. That was the first thing that went wrong, and when that really couldn't happen, they tried to go to the pass, and that wasn't necessarily, and that wasn't working either. This Bellmore-Merrick team is just so disciplined, so smart on defense, and it's been really working well for them today. It's going to be Marisi still going inside the 10.
So as we see here, a solid play there as this Chargers team has really had their way throughout the whole day.
One of those plays they probably could have used earlier in the game, but at least they're seeing what they have out of their younger players. Marisi being one of the leaders of the team, despite not being one of the seniors on the Massapequa team.
Yeah, one of those players that Massapequa hopes to have for a while. I mean, she's a very fast and talented player.
Exactly right. Marisi looking to throwing it deep. This could be almost would have been a touchdown, but another good coverage by that looked to be Gabby Hanlon. So that'll bring up second down.
Safeties for this Chargers team. Them and the cornerbacks have done an amazing job. You know, Marisi hasn't had much going downfield the whole game, and that's a big part due to this secondary.
That's exactly right, Tyler. The secondary has been, I would say, the strong suit of this Bellmore-Merrick Charger defense. I mean, their second level's great. They've been rushing the passer, and right on cue. Another sack, Madeline Ryan.
Yeah, you know, I mean, as much as you were just talking about the secondary being the strong suit, there really hasn't been a weakness all day for this Chargers team. An amazing play there, being able to get pressure at Marisi, again, who's such a talented athlete, and being able to get the sack.
The Chiefs leading the Chargers 35-0 and nothing. Or no, excuse me, the Chargers leading the Chiefs 35-0. I was gonna say I'd be shocked if we saw that this year in the NFL and then I got the teams right. You can see which NFL team I think is better. But at this time, the Chargers have a huge advantage right now, 35-0. They've been firing on all cylinders. Now Marisi looking to throws to the outside, and it's a pick or drop.
Almost getting picked there. Would have been a huge play for the Chargers, but just not being able to hang on.
Yeah, Madeline Ryan. Marisi looked left, threw right, and then Madeline Ryan was in the area, but it was Hanlon who had the best shot at that one. You got to be able to bring that one in, because in a tightly contested playoff game, as Bellmore-Merrick has aspirations of getting to MetLife, Bellmore-Merrick needs to be able to bring those down. Those passes need to be caught once you get into these playoff games, these tightly contested playoff games. And that's another thing. Bellmore-Merrick really hasn't had one of these tightly contested games. And now they got a wide open receiver. And that's what Massapequa's been looking for all game. It's a touchdown, Lila D'Agostino.
Yeah, an amazing play there. Finally, the Chiefs being able to get on the board for the first time today. A nice little throw, finding the receiver in the back of the end zone, the back left side. And, you know, huge touchdown there for the the Chiefs, something to look up to.
That's exactly right. These Chiefs needing that. D'Agostino one of the leaders of this team, and she was able to find open space.
Chargers defense has done an amazing job finally giving up their first points of the game. And, you know, when you give up your first points of the game here with only 4 minutes and 26 seconds left in the second half,
Something's got to be going right.
Yeah, I mean, you know, this Chargers defense is something that, you know, really, if they can continue this, you know, throughout the rest of the season and into the playoffs, I think their shots are looking fairly well at playing at MetLife Stadium.
I mean, you first got to make it through. Not only have to make it through Section 8, but you got to make it through Section 6, Suffolk County. As the way playoffs work is it's the point of the game where we might as well start talking about playoffs. As Bellmore-Merrick has solidified their spot, or if it's not mathematically certain, I mean, this result has to tell you something about them, right?
Yeah, I mean, this is another statement win, as frankly all of them have been for this Bellmore-Merrick team. They continue to put up high-scoring games and an amazing job on the defensive side of the ball, limiting now as we see this Chiefs team to 6 points, and you know,
had a shutout for the entire game. Nassau County is one conference. Top 4 teams out of the 8 make the playoffs as La Spina dumps it down. And that's another game that'll make up the lost penalty yardage. That looked like it was Olivia Brill who made the catch.
You know, having to go on her back foot a few, you know, in every which way, frankly. And, you know, she has done an amazing job handling the pressure very well.
Hand in her face and delivers a beautiful ball right to Seta Ducate. Now, we've just about to drop under 30 seconds left in this game. Clock still continues to run. And the Chargers are going to come away with an impressive win. But as this game winds on in Seta Ducate, we trying a possible Philly special? No, it's going to be an end around. Olivia Brill still going, almost out of bounds. And if she scored, she's player of the game there.
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, let's hear it. It's just talking about play of the game.
You want to just make the call?
Let's just go right now. What's your prediction?
Well, first of all, we just got to talk about our options. I think Brill's one of them. I think Brill's one of them, and this one's officially in the books. The Bellmore-Merrick Sharks take down Massapequa 35-6. So Tyler, would you be in agreement with co-player of the game for La Spina and Diama? Would you be in agreement there?
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree. I mean, I think Brill is very close. She had an amazing start to this game.
We can't do co-play. Co-player is already a stretch. We can't do 3. So, so we either pick one, or we pick them, or we take both.
Yeah, so that, and then Haley Stork again having an amazing game, both offensively and defensively. But definitely, as we saw, you know, La Spina having an amazing game at quarterback.
Looks like we've been overridden. Looks like it might be Olivia. We've notified that officially it's been Brill. So Tyler, you were right. It's been Brill who's been called our player of the game.
Definitely well-deserved for Olivia Brill.
I think it's well-deserved for all of them. And as now Bellmore-Merrick wrapping up this regular season, they've got 2 more, and then it's on to playoffs. As at this point, they've basically clinched the playoffs. So we're just about to get ready to wrap this game. And this one's in the books. Bellmore-Merrick 35, Massapequa 6. For Tyler Steinberg and the rest of the BMB crew, I'm Matt Mano, and we will see you next time on the BMB Game of the Week.
That's a dub.